Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Tom Slivick with Mayor Pat Crew. How's it going, Pat?
Good, Tom. How are you
Now,
today?
I told everybody we're going to talk about the city council meeting, and we are. But first, let's talk to Dieter Part. I ran up there today and took some footage, and so we're going to run that while we talk about what a swell thing they're doing out there. And I know when you took a look at the footage before, and they said, man, they're making a regional park out of here.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, the time and effort they're putting into it. And I hadn't seen it before. Now they have a fundraiser thermometer.
Right. Adam told me they
I think it's on the video.
Raised about 100. Yeah, maybe they're looking at it about now if I can remember the timing. But he said they've raised about $100,000 so far, services and things. And I told him, well, it certainly looks like you've well got in over $100,000 already. You know how fast money goes when you're constructing stuff. Yeah,
but I think that, Pioneer Park was a great project, but it's kind of up off the road where you have to drive by Ivy Field to get anywhere.
Right.
So they're right at,
And
what a job.
They're two almost different kind of projects in a way. They're taking on the whole park.
Yeah, the restrooms, and now their swimming season's over. They're rebuilding the solar panels and retiling the little pool, and it's going to have some kind of a logo in it. I mean, they really come up with some great ideas.
Right, and of course, Adam wanted to want to thank all the people that are contributing, because it's being done by people making contributions of time. We saw a lot of contractors down there, working. I saw Volcano Vision down there, and equipment from.
And I think Ace has hauled off all the trash as a donation.
Right.
There, so.
And they're working at a lot of places at once. Now they've got a running fence that's going all down the park line, as well as a fencing around the field itself.
Right on 49, you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's going to look sharp. So
they redid all those picnic tables and paved that under the trees there.
In fact, they have a lot of benches that I saw them putting together there as well. So they have a lot of benches putting together. You love the dugouts.
Yep. Yeah, big improvement there, and they're moving the tennis court and going to make it a regulation size. The old one was long enough, but it was narrow. I forget, by like 2 feet on each side.
So Adam said now it'll be great. People can come from the high school or whatever and have some tournaments, and play them down there. It'll be regulation.
Mm-hmm. And they haven't seen. Did they mention that to you?
Yes, they did. He said. I said. Well, they used to have batting cages. Batting cages, they're going to be all up to snuff and everything like that too.
Yeah.
So there'll be, I guess, a professional batting cages.
Yeah. One thing they like to do is
do it right.
Yeah. Well, no, we started. Had to help them. We had Frank at Tommy's. We made sandwiches, made a lunch for them, probably a month ago, and then Trader Stan's has done it, and Key Sweet and Wayne Garibaldi. I think Tuesdays is their lunch day. So if you want to. Something you want to help them with, bring them lunch and just talk to us a couple days before. They love that kind of thing.
Okay, they certainly do. So I think we're still running the clip. That's going to be great. Now, who all plays on that field? Does the Argonaut girls play on that field? They continue to play softball on that field?
No, they play. They have their own field now up at the school.
Okay, maybe I've never shot girls softball.
Maybe not.
I think when I have, it has been at the
unless there might, if there's a JV team. I know some years they have enough players and some, but there's enough.
I think the baselines were the same, but
they are.
Okay.
The recreational leagues and Little League use it more than anything, but there's quite a bit of rec league play, night co-ed and.
Okay.
Going to have a warning track and a scoreboard. Did they tell you that?
Yeah.
We all did.
In a Prospect Motors truck that Frank Halverson would put back there, so we could put the cameras up and tape a lot of stuff. Boy, years gone by.
Yes, it has.
A lot of time gone by.
But they tell you they're going to put a scoreboard that's going to have a warning track?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
A warning track, a scoreboard.
New lights.
And we're still looking at
which are more energy efficient.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of all the things they told me, when I was there.
Well, I really think the bathrooms were already there. I think the bathrooms with and the snack shack itself proper. I think you guys put that in last year.
Yeah, probably 2 years ago now.
So there's
but-
some even picture of them working on some of the benches there, putting those together,
Okay.
and getting a little lunch thing ready for it.
Yeah.
And, all that equipment hard at work. Okay, and we can come on out of that now or whatever. And so I'm talking to Pat Crew, Mayor of City of Jackson, and we're going to be taking a break. But when we come back, we will have the Jackson City Council meeting and the minutes, or not the minutes. He's going to tell us what happened. Okay, stay with us right here on TSPN's News. You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN. Hi everyone, welcome back. Tom Slivick with Pat Crew. Mayor, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good to say
How
hi
about
to you
you?
again. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. And Pat, Monday you had a meeting, city council meeting, Jackson?
Yes, we did.
Well, we know parking was an issue there. Why don't you tell us about the parking?
Well, we had several parking-related issues. One, we had a citizen request that we remove some parking spaces from in front of our house from a safety issue when school is in, and just the way it is in Jackson, a lot of places you got to pull over for the traffic. And
It's there on Court Street, 304
right,
Court Street, I believe.
right. And they were talking about maybe we could move them down. And then the chief chimed in that actually one of the four is partly in a crosswalk, the parking, so that's a no-no. So we sent that back to Public Works. We took some public comment from people on both sides of the street.
Right.
They all acknowledged that there's a problem, and now is the way to mitigate it. And it was, cordial. It wasn't.
Sure, and
But it's
at
a
school
safety
time, when
issue.
people are picking up kids, and it seems to me no matter what school it is, that's when we have our traffic congestion.
Yeah, go to Pine Grove. You want to see traffic congestion. I only did that one time.
Yeah, you told me you take shortcuts by going to Lake Taboo.
Yeah, that's true.
That's no shortcut.
Well,
Anyway,
at least I kept moving.
All right, there you go.
So that was one that went back to Public Works.
So that'll
and-
be back on.
Yeah,
find out
that'll
what's gonna
come
happen
back.
there.
And then the other is to give you a little history, in 2008 when Revitalization Committee was formed,
Right.
they decided to hood the parking meters for a 6-month trial period. Now we're going on year 4 of that, and there's all kinds of options we looked into. As one option is there's TOT money in reserve that was decided that promoting tourism, free parking meters would be part of it. There's a $35,000 shortfall in the general fund with the 52 meters on Main Street.
So the meters
covered.
usually produced back in 4 years ago. Were they giving you that Jackson that much money?
Yep. The fact there was a reserve that we have burned through, and now we're in the negative. So there was talk of revitalization again and at City Council about some of the merchants or the association adopting some of the meters so that you could keep them hooded, or to put them back where they're like the rest of the city, where they're a quarter an hour. And there was diverse opinions on the council, so we decided to, instead of just trying to figure it out ourselves, Vice Mayor Connie Gonzalez said she would be on a committee. And Mike Daly, if you're interested, we're looking for a chamber member,
Okay.
JBCA member, somebody out, a
So you're trying to
business
figure out
outside of.
if that's going to outweigh the taxes that
Yeah.
might be coming back in because people are doing business in Jackson?
Yeah. I mean, one of the common themes is parking's free everywhere else. But,
Right.
we can't keep running as tight as things are. And the sales tax
So
revenue is
when you
up,
mentioned
so-
TOT, was the idea possibly of taking funds from the TOT to backfill
yeah, as a collaboration. The merchants support it a little bit. TOT supports it a little bit, so that it's not a $35,000 spending gap.
Okay.
Because
So-
we're all in this together. So that's what they're trying to do, get a committee that can kind of collaborate and decide what option is the best.
Okay, so it kind of sounds like maybe you're leaning for not wanting to put those meters back Eden quarters.
Well, I would say the prevailing opinion of the business people on Main Street is, to leave them covered.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, that's good that you're looking into that and seeing about that. What we had something on, we were looking at John Imey Field, and you have an ordinance that I believe was for no dogs to be allowed there.
Right.
How'd that go?
That went fine. It was the second reading, and it was adopted that they'll not have dogs allowed on Imey Field.
Okay, and Imey Field
I'm pretty sure
is
that
the
we
baseball
had that.
field.
Yeah, we had that in the ordinance, but this is just a reiteration of that with
Okay.
with
Dogs
the
are
new.
dogs are fine in the park,
Yes,
but not on the ball field.
right.
Okay. I believe they have the same thing in Sutter Creek with their ball field as well.
I would think it's probably pretty universal.
Okay. Okay, what else was up?
What else did we talk about? It got me thinking about that parking all the time and the Imey Field. We had a couple closed session items that we worked on, and under the public comment period, we had a couple citizens say that we had to be real careful about the parking issue, that we didn't want to just make a cavalier decision because the economy's fragile on one side, and yet we can't keep running a deficit on the other. So those were some of the public comments before. It was pretty cut and dried. Other than that, we did award the contract for the Vista Point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Vista Point, the signage there.
That
right?
is going to be a great project, and they'll award the bid as an aside, the Kennedy Wheels, which is the other phase of that Councilman Sweet, they're going to let the bids probably the last meeting in October, and they should start as soon as practical after that. So both of those projects are funded. I talked to Keith today. He said the right-of-ways and all that, everybody signed the papers. There were two bidders. The Rourke and whoever looked at it thought that there was no problems with the low bid. So they're going to get going on that. They may start breaking ground like Monday.
Okay, now, where are those signs going to be? At Vista Point and also at the Tailing Wheels? Is that what you were saying?
No, it's not. They're going to overhaul the Vista Point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be like 3 sloping terraces, and they're going to
Right,
have
with
new
the plan.
pictures, and you're going to look out at the Tailing Wheels. So it's kind of a combo. And one interesting thing, they're going to move the Caminetti Monument.
Okay.
That's
and bring
down
that
on
up
the
there as
point,
well.
and it'll be as you pull in on the Vista Point. It'll be on the upslope by where the concrete tables are. So that's quite the project, and
There's a lot of
gonna
people
get going.
stop there, too.
yeah, they're going to have water coming down the hill. That's the first thing they're going to do, and then once that going, they'll get the construction going. So Councilman Sweet was a miracle worker on that.
Okay, you got that, and I believe bathroom's going to be there as well, or not? Did they say?
No.
Okay,
No
no.
bathroom.
You have to come down here and go across the street from the TSPN studios here.
That's right.
All right, at that nice little parking lot where Mel's used to be.
Right, so we got that in, and that was pretty much that. The parking issue took up like 80% of the meeting.
Okay, a lot of
So-
interest in the parking, and I think to sum that up, there's a committee is going to be formed, so there's going to be opportunity for more input.
Right, and if you want to volunteer to be on that,
On that
committee, call Mike Daly at City Hall.
Okay, and we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we have some more news after that. Stay with us right here on TSPN. Thanks, Pat, for coming by.
Hey, you're welcome. Enjoy it. Thank you.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader.